My man, here we are, and we're going to talk tonight a little bit about Sammy the Bull. I got a lot of questions. We're not going to knock Sammy the Bull because we like Sammy the Bull. He's given us a lot of content, so we can't bash someone if they're giving a lot of content. But some of the guys, the YouTubers, they've got some really good questions, and they make some really good points.
Okay,
but they're missing something. See, you can't find a lot of dirt on Sammy. Sammy's got the upper arm. I'm telling you, he's really got the advantage on people because when you're putting witness protection, your shit's sealed tighter than a duck's ass. Right?
There's no access. There's no access to it.
It's almost impossible. Whether he stepped out of it or not, the judge still sealed all of his information. I mean, you'd have to get a real dirty fucking Fed to leak that shit high up. Okay.
Not even because in order to access this, they gotta. I imagine they gotta put in a code. Their code.
Right. That goes. WITSEC, I think, is from the Marshals, actually, right? The Marshal Service carries that.
Right.
So if Sammy says A, B, and C, and you want to try to debunk it, you really can't because you can't. When your shit's sealed, no one can have access to you. I mean, people can have access to me if they fucking will feel like dig, motherfucker. You ain't gonna find anything, but dig away. But no, so he does got an upper hand. So for the YouTube people, you got to understand when you go to witness protection and you cooperate to that level. If Sammy says the fucking sun's red, then the sun's blue. The sun's fucking blue. And you know what? And if he says this happened 50 years ago. You ain't gonna find in his record the opposite, right? There's nothing you can find. You know, there's one thing about the kid shooting that's pretty damn clear. That he shot the kid in the face or wherever he shot the kid that witnessed. You know, so he shoots this kid. I don't know if because I heard the story 1,000 times, but I just can't remember. Sammy was either whacking someone or the other guy was whacking someone. Or beating the guy up. One of the two. It was either a hit being done or they were throwing a beating on this guy. And there's a kid there. Now, what the story is, the kid rushed towards them. And that's why they shot him. Now, he's 15 years old. They were hitting, they was killing this guy. I'm almost positive. He's 15 years old. He just saw someone get shot. Which fucking direction are you running?
Not towards them.
I mean, come on. Common fucking sense here. Which fucking direction are you running at 15 years old when someone's getting shot and you don't even know the motherfucker? Okay? So this shit that the kid was running towards Sammy and that's why he shot him. That's one of the things you can debunk and you don't need any fucking you don't need to be digging into any record. That's just common fucking sense, right?
Hey, you hear a boom,
you're out of there. You're done. You remember when I was in Colombia just recently? I'm at the bar, and the AC.
Oh, and then
the fucking air conditioner turns on.
You thought it was a bomb.
A bomb. It sounded like a shotgun. I'm the only motherfucker in there that hit the floor, and boom! I hit the floor so damn fast. The whole bar is looking at me like, what the? They all start laughing. I'm on the fucking ground. I hear boom. I'm down, boy, in seconds. And my drink was still in the air.
Yeah, you saved that.
Like, holy shit. But yeah, when you get witness protection, you're fucked. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, not even well, yeah, witness protection is way deep, but even if you get your case sealed, if they seal your case, you can't get access to it. There's no access to it.
Yeah. Didn't the guy just get knocked off that was on witness protection? And
that one of the followers, one of the subscribers had asked about him, and I think that's what he was talking. Alpo Martinez from Harlem.
Right. Okay.
It was a big tough guy from Harlem. Killed a whole bunch of people, like 14, 16 people he killed, murdered, and all that, and he got popped. He would move a lot of heavy drug dealer out of Harlem.
But how's he walking the street? Sammy was a 1 in a million deal that I know of. 1 in a million. He gave
up his whole crew. even the people above him.
So he was told to do the hits, or
No, well, I don't know how it was. I think it was like people that owed him money and shit like that. He would knock them off. He had a lot of people pissed off. And then after, when he gets popped, he was looking at a life sentence for all the murders that he was involved in.
right?
Right. So he starts telling on everybody above him or below him, around him, everybody. He put everybody in, and they gave him, I think, 20 years or something like that, and then he got out.
So
he went to witness protection.
So you can kill a bunch of people.
And then he's going back to where he killed all these people. He was going back and forth to Harlem while on witness protection.
Because he's watching too much fucking YouTube that these rats are walking the streets.
So they got him. He was sitting in his truck. They put 5 in him.
Here's something I've been thinking about. I mean, watching Sammy, right? Listening to the stories and all the things he's done and said. I'm starting to wonder. Now think about this, because Sammy's he's pretty he can calculate shit, right? He's pretty strategic in a way. I don't know the man, but I can tell by the way he talks and twists things around and does shit like that. He's pretty strategic, right? Even with his stories, if they're full of shit or not,
right?
To make up a story with that strategy is not a bad fucking, the one he said about the gay guy the other day, right?
Yeah.
Good strategy, whether it's true or not. So now here I'm thinking, wait a minute, hold on, motherfucker. You're knocking off people and you're with John Gotti. John Gotti goes to trial. John Gotti's got the whole world looking at him. The feds, he's basically pissed in the feds' face. I don't know how many times. Honestly, John Gotti was really, he had one side of him that was a gangster, and the other side of him was like, come on, man, what the fuck are you doing? You're bringing on the fucking heat. Yeah. With the suits, and he just bringing on the fucking heat. So yeah, he was wrong on that side. On the other side, he was just straight up gangster. But the feds wanted him. I mean, how do you lose trial? I mean, how do you win trial 3 times? Of course, Sammy rigged the trial for him, but still. Rig him. And when the trial's rigged, now that the double jeopardy, you can't try him twice, right? Exactly. Can't try him even if they can prove that it was rigged, they can't try you again. And that's some shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sal Magruder and what's his name?
And Willie.
They rigged the trial. They couldn't try him again for the same shit, even though the trial was rigged, right?
Right.
Now, here's I'm thinking. That's some good fucking English, huh? Here's I'm thinking.
You're becoming Colombian.
Damn, son. Sammy knows that the heat's coming, right? He knows it's coming. It's only a matter of time. So what do?
Start planting his strategy.
He's planning. He knows that if he's got all this information and they want John that bad, that when the fucking pinch comes down, I got to get out of jail free card.
Exactly.
I think
he planned ahead. He planned ahead.
Yeah,
he had an insurance policy.
He had an insurance policy. All this fucking, bullshit that John said this and that's why I talk. Maybe that's true, but I'm almost guaranteeing that this guy, this was his strategy. I'm going to go.
He in his strategy, he even planned to write a book. He just didn't count on the YouTube part. That's an extra. That's a bonus. That was a bonus,
right? So I'm thinking, hey, this guy's fucking. He just rode the wave and said, "Fuck it. If I'm gonna go down because of John,
yeah,
which that was the case. If I'm gonna go down because of John, but also because of Sammy, then and he would at that time he was the highest profile. There was no underboss had ever cooperated at that time.
Right.
Now they got bosses flipping. They got bosses flipping this shit. So I'm gonna bet Sammy being Sammy calculated this whole fucking thing. Didn't see the YouTube thing coming.
Yeah, he's a calculator.
Yeah. He's laughing his balls off right now on YouTube, right? He works about what? 15 minutes a day, if that?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And he's clocking. He's clocking.
Now here's the difference between Sammy and Mike. Sammy got on WITSEC, so his record's sealed.
Right.
Mike Franchise didn't. He cooperated. You know, he says he didn't, but he did, or he says he cooperated. Okay, here's a good one. He cooperated, but the person he cooperated against did not go to jail and didn't get any time. So you got to think about this. Why does the government bring you into a trial on a person that's not looking to go get any time? They wouldn't do it.
If you're on trial, you're indicted, no?
You're going to prison, right?
Right.
If Mike's a witness, he's saying that his testimony didn't give that man 1 day in jail. Now, there's a reason for that.
He won the case, but he's still ratted. He beat you.
He's still ratted. He goes, his testimony didn't give that guy 1 day in jail. Because here's what I'm going to guess happened. After Mike's testimony, that guy got convicted, right?
Right.
And then what did that guy do? See, people don't realize that after you're found guilty, you can still cooperate.
You can cooperate. Yeah.
So Mike takes him down. So YouTube community, here's your test. Maybe that guy didn't do a day in prison, right? What did that guy do after Mike cooperated on him? Was it the snowball effect? And that's why the guy never did a day in prison, because Mike ratted on him, then he ratted on other people, and therefore he didn't do a day in prison.
But the guy was found guilty in the trial?
Yeah. Found guilty.
So he how do you say? He was part of his conviction.
He was. He convicted him. Right. But he's saying he never did a day in jail because of his conviction. Well, how do you get convicted and don't get a day in jail? So that's like me taking a stand on you and you're found guilty, but wait a minute. You don't go to jail. How come?
I'm going home.
How come you're going home? Because right before you pull them aside, listen, okay. There's guys that go to trial and they got in the back of their mind, listen, if I win trial, I walk. If I lose trial,
I got this.
I got
this card under my sleeve.
Right? That I got this card under my sleeve. And the feds take it. You know, if you got something really good under your sleeve, like, look, you get me, you go to trial and I'm going to get 20 years for, a boatload of dope. All right. After trial, I go, I know where there's a body. You got a body, baby, you're going home. Right? So these bodies, the body, you're going home. That's a walk. That's not a sentence reduction.
That's number one.
That's an open door pass. So when you got bodies or even a weapon that can connect someone to a body, you know where that weapon is? And they've been looking for it because they want to indict this guy, but they can't because they don't have the weapon. I know where the weapon is. They killed this person, and I know who the trigger is, and boom. So when you guys do crimes, but I know you're not going to because you're YouTube people, don't do a crime with someone else because they're going to rat on you.
Do it by yourself.
Do it by yourself. You know, I always said, people said, would you ever get in the game if you could again? And I said, here's how I'd get in the game. I'd go to Colombia. I'd buy my shit. I'd send it over here to myself. Then I'd pick it up and I'd sell it to myself. And that's about the only way I'd do it. That's it. Ain't no one fucking ratting on me but me. Fuck that.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. I remember when I got arrested, that they brought me in. That when I first when they extradited me from, I was in Matamoros, went Brownsville. They took me to Oklahoma to Miami. When I first get on the floor, I'm looking around, and then there was a couple Colombian guys, and one of them knew who I was. Right, and then he comes up, he brings me, you know how it is when you get there. You got
a whole bag of shit.
This, how you doing? And I'm this and that. Come on, I want to talk to you. He took me to his room. He said, "Listen, I know you're here. Why are you here?" And I don't know why I'm here. I said, that's the first. I don't know. I'm innocent. You know what I mean? I don't know why I'm here. That's what everybody says. He says, "Well, let me give you a piece of advice. You have your ticket home, and you know what's your ticket home? This one."
Ooh.
I'm like, what? He's like, yep, this is what's gonna get you home. So if you know whatever, once you get in there, and it's just now it's so damn common in there.
It is. It is.
And he told me this. He told me this. If you know of a body, that's why.
Okay.
That's why. If you know of a body, that you're home tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Or you know anything like that, you're home tomorrow. You know what I mean? Another something else that happened to me. You know, he was a real. He's from here. He's a real nosy. You know what I mean? And he started bragging. Oh, that's dude did that. He's telling my stories. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And to talk. I remember what was his name? Reggie, I think it was his name. Skinny black guy, big afro. You know what I'm saying? He would come talk to me, and then he was like, "Oh, so they got you in Mexico and all this stuff." And I go, "Huh?" And he goes, "Oh, you know a lot of Mexicans?" And I go, "A couple. Why?" He goes, "You know, he asked me if I knew mayonnaise, right?"
Okay.
Who doesn't know mayonnaise? I go, yeah, I know who he is and all this stuff. But I just said it like I didn't know mayonnaise. I know who he was. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have any dealings with him or anything like that. You believe this one? Sick call.
He got on the phone. He got on the phone and called somebody.
Sick call, whatever. No, what was it? Legal visit. They call me legal visit. I go, legal visit.
Oh, shit,
like,
the feds.
I'm like, wait a minute. My lawyer's not supposed to. I go, oh, shit, something must have happened. You know what I'm saying? Bro, when I get down into the legal, the visiting room, two fucking fucking guys. I'm like, who the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? They're asking me. We want to know if you know you have any updated information on this guy. They show me the picture. I'm like, I don't know who that is. You don't know who that is? I go, no, I don't know who that is. You know what I'm saying? You don't know mayonnaise. I go, no, I don't know mayonnaise. You know what I'm saying? And they just like, this mother.
Man. I tell you.
Upstairs. I call my attorney. I go, the feds just were here and they were trying to talk to me without you being present. Blah, 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 blah. I started a whole, you know what I'm saying?
They're called jailhouse snitches. And there's a guy famous on YouTube. This motherfucker, his name is Matt Cox, you cocksucker. But he's he did title fraud, right? When you weren't looking, right? It's a white collar crime. He's filling out papers in your name. And he's borrowing money against your house, and you don't even know it.
Wow, and you don't even know it.
And he's making millions and millions of dollars. And by the time you figure out you got another mortgage on your house and you're in foreclosure, it's too fucking late. This motherfucker, you got to give it to him. Smart. Probably the smartest rat I've ever heard this story in my life. He gets 20 fucking years. While he's in prison, apparently he wrote a book prior to going to jail. I don't know what the book was about, but he wrote a book. While he's in prison, people know, oh, you're a famous author. Da, 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 da. He goes, yeah. And, these prisoners got some great stories. So he's writing people's fucking stories. And as he's writing their stories, he's starting to pick their brain. Well, tell me something that the feds don't know, something different that I could put in the book that helps them. Do you believe this motherfucker knocked off 4 people?
Wow.
He got his sentence reduced either 3 or 4 times.
Right.
From writing books on other prisoners. They told the story to him, and then they added a little, hey, there's $1 million or $2 million under the driveway. The feds don't even know. Call his lawyer. Hey, there's a fucking $2 million under the driveway. Boom. Yeah. Sentence reduced from 20 to 15, right? 3 or 4 times he's on the fucking road. Now, Mike Cox, YouTube fucking famous. And this cocksucker, I just heard him on the radio the other day on Fox News. Talking about title fraud insurance on your home. And he's the spokesperson for the company. He goes, if you don't think I can steal your home, I did 20 years and he's telling the goddamn commercial.
It's fucking crazy.
Ain't that some shit?
It's fucking crazy.
He kind of outdid Sammy. When it comes to snitching, he was more creative than Sammy the Bull.
Yeah.
I mean, that was creative. Motherfuckers talking in jail, and these people don't realize when you're in prison, they think, oh, I'd say 95% of people don't even get it. That when you're in jail, especially people in Australia, all right, Australia, we're going to teach you something. But in the U.S., if you're locked up and you got 20 years and someone in prison tells you something that the feds don't know, and you pick up the phone and say, hey, this guy in my cell just told me this, man, if it's true, They'll cut your fucking sentence and they'll charge his ass again.
Totally.
How many people you've seen go out, get out, watch them go to R&D, and when they go,
yeah, exactly.
They get arrested on the way out. They
yeah.
got another fucking case waiting for them.
They got a case.
Oh my God.
Yep. From shit, just from talking shit, bragging in fucking jail.
Have no idea what the fuck, what compound stool pigeons are out there getting their sentence fucking knocked off. One dude had a fucking heart attack right there at R&D on the way out. He did 20 years and the marshals are waiting for him. Holy Jesus. Down he goes, over.
Man, fuck that. Yo, man. Yo.
People don't care.
Nah. Everybody's out for their own over there. Yeah, you don't. No, and then from then on, when all this shit happened to me. No.
Yeah, there was a saying because we all got locked up around the same time. I went in 2000 and you were right behind me.
2000 also.
2000?
No, 2002. I'm sorry.
2002. So they were saying, I'd rather be are you a stand-up guy? I'm a stand-up guy. That's what the Italians would say. I'm a stand-up guy. I'm not talking. I'm a stand-up guy. And these people would say, I'd rather be sitting down on the outside than being a stand-up guy on the inside.
On the inside.
I was like, damn, it's like that.
That's something like what Pablo used to say. I prefer a tombstone here in Colombia than a jail and prison. Now they're all paying to get out of here quicker. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Everything's switched around now. So it's just crazy, kiddo.
What's nice though about there's a level of cooperation. There's a level of cooperation that you have to respect when it comes to some of these the Colombians or wherever, where they can organize shit from the inside without taking anybody down, without telling on anybody.
Yeah.
It's almost like it is. You're using the government against them. You're using the system. Now the Italians, that is a no, you cannot do that.
Yeah.
So imagine if you had a boss inside, right? We'll give a John Gotti, for example. And he can organize something without getting anyone indicted, no one in trouble, and get his life sentence knocked down to 20 years. And all the government wants to say is, we made John Gotti cooperate. That's all they want.
That's all they want.
But if the Italians started thinking like this, when our guys get popped, if we can do something that's not going to get anyone else in trouble, like the Colombians do. I mean, you guys, it's easy for you because all you got to do is make a phone call, throw some shit on a boat, and say, "There's the fucking coordinates. Goodbye."
You remember all those guys that used to hang around with me when I was in prison? The Papa Chan. Remember Papa Chan?
Yeah.
Remember Shorty, the one that used to cook for me? All of them. Yeah.
They took the fall. Those guys were all fall guys.
And their families were taken care of.
Yep. I remember. The cook too. The guy that cooked for you.
They cooked, yeah.
He was a fall. I remember. So those guys they went to prison on purpose. They actually got paid to go to jail so other people could get out.
So some people get out.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And the mules. I know a couple guys that would have mules. The guys that would swallow the heroin or the coke. And then they just get caught at the airport. I know guys that did up to 50 mules. 50 people load them up, and they get caught. And the credit, you know what I mean? They would send him the information. They would turn the information in, get caught at the airport, then boom, go home.
Yep. I remember one guy, it was a mule coming in, and he was going to reduce someone's sentence, right? He knew it. And they know the guidelines. They know if you get caught with a kilo on your first offense, it's 36 months. You're going to be a mule. You're going to get a 2-point reduction. So you might do maybe 19 months and you get the drug program. No, if you're from another country, I don't think you get the drug program.
No.
So you get downward departure. So maybe you do 2 years, right? On less than a kilo.
Right.
This motherfucker, this was my roommate. He came back crying. I was like, what the fuck's wrong with you? He didn't swallow coke. They gave him a kilo of heroin.
Ooh, and it popped?
No. He thought he was looking at 3 years. He had a kilo of heroin. He was looking at a 10-year minimum mandatory.
Right. Yeah, heroin's different.
Heroin's 100. It was 1 key of heroin was 10 years. It was equal to 5 to 15 kilos of cocaine.
Yeah, totally.
So he was like, Man, he
Wow.
came back fucking shot like, God, what happened to you? You did heroin. I was like, oh shit. I said, listen, if you got a good lawyer, you should beat it. Because it's intent. Your intent was not heroin.
Right.
You commit a crime, there's supposed to be intent. Your intention was cocaine. Yeah. They tricked you. Right? There was no intent. So legally, if he had a good lawyer, but who the fuck knows? You know, he would have never done it had he known it was heroin. He would have never done it.
So you got screwed.
Yeah, he fucking went from thinking he was going to get fucking maybe 19 months to 8 years.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow. Crazy kid. Crazy. Well, crazy times, crazy moments, but you know, we're past that.
Yep, far past that. All right, motherfucker.
All right, buddy.
All right, I'll talk to you.
Bye.